Obesity is a chronic disease, and it's just not about the weight. The excess weight that you carry during obesity brings a lot of medical problems. Common ones are type 2 diabetes, sleep apnea, arthritis, liver disease is one of the other things that is getting more and more common with obesity. I think obesity has to be tackled to avoid these problems. If we don't tackle obesity, we will be left with a population that cannot work and is really crippled with these medical problems. We already know from data that about 5 years ago, this data is that about 10,000 patients admitted to hospitals had obesity as a diagnosis. And I think this has just multiplied at least twice in the last 5 years. We also know that during the COVID pandemic, obesity was one of the biggest factors associated with the worst outcome if you get a COVID infection. So I think it's hugely important to tackle obesity.
Can weight loss surgery as a whole battle it, or do you think?
No, I think we'll need more interventions than weight loss surgery. We have to focus on preventive as well, because I think in the UK, about 20% of the population is obese.
Yeah.
And if we look at how many operations we should do about 50,000 operations a year. We probably do about 5,000, so we are nowhere there with weight loss surgery. We certainly should increase access to weight loss surgery. More patients should go ahead with it, but that on its own will not be enough. So I think tackling obesity can be quite tricky, because patients may be in a different stage of obesity. We classify obesity from stage 1 to stage 4. And I think it's important to identify, first of all, that obesity needs to be tackled. We as group of professionals dealing with obesity surgery and obesity in general are doing our best to increase awareness about obesity, making the general public aware about the risks that come with it, so that they can have interventions to lose weight and improve their health overall. It has to start at preventive, where things like sugar tax have been introduced, so that is hugely important. I think it's hugely important to make changes with diet and lifestyle and eat healthy and definitely exercise. However, these things do not work for everybody. A lot of patients who come to me typically have had a yo-yo diet, and they have tried some dieting and it works for a little bit, then they have weight regain. And that's a very classical thing that we see with obesity. The reason for that is that there are a lot of hormonal changes that happen. There is a different metabolism that certain individuals have that makes them prone to obesity. And the simple thing that we used to say, eat less and move more, I'm afraid does not work for obesity. It's a complex disease, and we need to identify that. I'm afraid there is still a lot of stigma in the society associated with individuals who suffer with obesity. And I think it's a real shame to have that. I think we should be supportive for patients suffering with such a condition and help them to come out of it and improve their health.